Hey everybody, y'all doing all right? So we're gonna go through some of the basic welding settings in here. One thing that I really like about this machine, so if you see the spot that says process library, we tap that, it gives us a whole bunch of settings. So you can see we're setting carbon steel on the side. We got a whole bunch of different thicknesses from 0.5 millimeter all the way up to 4 or 4.5. So say you're working with like 3/16 metal or something like that, you're going to choose the 4 or even the 4.5 down here. And to get these settings to export, you just hit this export button here and it adjusts everything to where they think it should be. Seems to work pretty good. I think as you use the machine, you might end up finding that you need to tailor something just a little bit. Maybe you don't like the rate it feeds at, or maybe you want a little a little wider wobble, something like that. But that's one of those things that you can fine-tune a machine. But I think it's awesome that they give us a bunch of basics to start with. Some stainless steel settings, aluminum. Let's see if we go aluminum 4.0. What's that give us? So that's going to give us 1500, 5000. So I see most everything looks the same at first glance, except for our frequency. The frequency on that steel was like 3500. So let's go like aluminum 2.0. So I see it brought our power down from 1500 to 1050, kept our frequency, and wobble length, it made it a little smaller. It was 3.5, and it looks like feeding speed and the wobble frequency stayed the same. So that's something that I thought was awesome. Copper, I don't really do anything with copper, but be handy. You've got some basic settings. Looks like this particular one is the same as aluminum. But the awesome thing is you have an other metals tab, so maybe you want to set something in here, you can do that. Or you want to change this 0.9, you can modify it to say, you know, you're working on 2.6, you know, easy as that. And you can put your settings in there and then you're good to go. You can save all your crazy settings that your heart would ever desire. Let's put that back here on 4.0, otherwise I'll forget next time I want to use it. So that kind of covers the basic settings in here. And like I said, you guys can adjust anything you want. And then say you find something here like on the carbon steel 4.0 there, you're like, I really like 1500, but I wish that it was, you know, like a 4.0. You can then save that, and the next time you pull up the 4.0 settings, it'll be how you wanted it. But say you just adjust this now and you don't save it, when you come out here and export that again, it puts your settings back. So that being said, I think y'all got the basics on what you need to know for the welding operation, your settings. Yes, when you go to operate the welder, you will have to enable these. It will look like this to start with. It'll have the lock on and everything else will be disabled. So if you're using your feeding machine, you'll make sure to turn that on. If you're cutting, you're gonna leave this off. If you're gonna weld, make sure you turn it on. The laser is actually your laser firing, and then you gotta turn your lock off, because now you're good to operate. Y'all have a good one.